In this video, I will turn this shoebox into this simple retro meter box prop that turns off and on at the push of a button. So to build this retro meter box prop, I started with a shoebox, bases of 4 shampoo bottles and 2 rapid antigen tests, which will be part of the new set I am making for my new dungeon workshop. Then I traced the bases of the shampoo bottles to form 4 circles. I cut out the circle using my craft knife. Watching this back, I should have turned the box over and cut more carefully against the cutting mat to make them round. The bottle bases slot into the round holes, but they're kind of jagged, which is not ideal, but I will fix this later on. So the next step was to use my craft knife to cut out 4 circles in the foam board, the circumference of the shampoo bottles, having traced it in pencil. And they slot into the shoebox rather nicely, look at that. And off camera I drew gauges onto the foam board and they look like this. The next step was to cut styrene to match the shapes of the meter faces, and I glued them to the shoebox using PVA glue. I found that other glues buckle the styrene. Now here is the big trick. I sanded the sides of the bottles to make them frosted, and when I turn off the lights and I shine a light from behind it, it makes the faces light up, like in all the reference photos I could find. You can also see jagged lines around the edges. So I made the needles out of flexible tube and cut down copper tubing, which I dry fitted. Then I used some milliput to sculpt the gauge and stick to the dial face. I then used some more milliput to cover the ugly, jagged bits I'd needlessly left around the edges of the dial when I first cut the box. And here I have spray painted the box silver. After overspraying a clear matte varnish, I then used oil paints and isopropyl alcohol to colour a kind of sheen on the metal. Then I paint in black the dial roundels. Then the oil paint is a little over the top, so I toned them down by airbrushing on aluminium. And then finally use a sponge to dab on grime over the metal. And on the back roundels I dab on silver paint to show where it is rubbed away. Now when I flip it over, you can see I have attached an LED at the back, which I can remove should I need to, and I can change the intensity with the push of this button. And there we go, shoebox to prop that turns off and on, and just a few simple steps. In the next video I will go inside my new dungeon workshop lair and build it exactly how I want to. Stay tuned for that. As ever, please feel free to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Thanks for watching, bye bye.